I want to talk about what is possible in January for you this year. And the setting is a bit different. I'm walking around my house. It feels very good to walk in Delhi right now, and it's quiet. It's around 10:30 p.m. I've had my dinner and I'm just walking around seeing some lovely houses. And there's a quietness about December. It's cold out, so people don't come outside very often. But in this video, I want to discuss a few things. I was listening to a podcast right now by Rob Dial, and he said something to the effect that did you have a New Year resolution in 2022? Did you hit that New Year resolution in 2022? You're making a New Year resolution for 2023. I always make a resolution because if you don't have a goal, how are you going to be able to measure yourself? And time will pass fast for you. I'm kind of obscure about what my goal is going to be for 2023. But if I do the same things that I did in 2022, how then will I be able to get anywhere with it? How then will I be able to ensure that a different fate falls on me? Are you getting me? If I am still ill-equipped in the realm of what I need to do, and if I'm still the same guy, if what I bring to the table is the same tools, then it's like Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. My 2022 goal was to read 100 books. I did not even read 50 books this year. A fail is a fail, no matter how you look at it. And you're only given so many chances in life. I'm not going to get into why I want to read 100 books. Of course, as you may know, the short of it is that I think reading is the best hobby to have. And 100 books, if I read them, I think I'll be able to upgrade my software. So going back to what I was saying, it's not easy to A, set a goal, and B, be committed to that process of actually doing it. How then can you train your mind to commit to something? I think you have to be a bit realistic with yourself when you are setting a goal. For example, if your goal is that you wish to get married this year, good for you. If your goal is that you want to get a new girlfriend this year, good for you. That's a relationship kind of goal, and that's awesome. B, you can have a goal like, I want to save 1 crore this year. I want to save 1 lakh rupees this year. I want to do something. You can have a goal like, I want to do this. I want to accomplish this much money, and that can become your goal. And there is nothing bad or incorrect. There is no incorrect goal. But what is incorrect is not having a goal, which I really request you to really look into your self and have a goal. Don't have random goals like, I will try to lose 5 kilos. I mean, that's a bit aimless, right? Have goals which will actually have some really coming of age, relevant changes to your life. I mean, you need to have better goals for yourself. How can you have a better goal? What can your goal be? Look at your life and realize what is actually missing from it. What is the one key ingredient you would add to it? What is the one key ingredient you would take out from it? If something is bothering you in life, if someone is slowing you down in life, you can probably have that as an assessment of what you want to change about yourself. So all in all, I think I can't speak for others, but for myself, I would say that having certain goals, it just makes life a lot easier. Otherwise, what are we really living for? Otherwise, what is our time really counting for? What is the use of living a life where every day is the same and you keep complaining that, oh my God, this year passed by so easily compared to the other years? So it's important to actually be goal setting. What kind of a goal should you have? You can have 2 or 3 goals, and even if you complete 1 or 2 of them out of the 3, I think there will be some progress. I read 32 books, I think, in 2022, maybe 31 books, I'm not sure. Let's say I read 32 books, okay? I still gained something out of it. My goal was 100 books. I thought reading 100 books would really, help me out in various aspects of my life, but it didn't happen. Does that mean that I will not set a New Year goal this time? No, of course I will set a New Year goal, and of course I will do my best to achieve it. I'm not sure, at least right now, what I want it to be. I think it should be a work-related goal because work is important, and so from that perspective, I think it's quite important to have a fixed goal or something of that sort. Most people I ask about New Year resolution, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna start working out," and oftentimes they join a gym. Most gyms see a lot of spike in subscriptions in the month of January, and that probably goes down eventually. I mean, people sign up for the full year and they never show up. Again, I'm just telling you about what the truth is without any prerequisite or unnecessary judgment. I am no one to be judging anybody for their failure or whatever, because I have a lot of qualms with the way I am, but somewhere in my own skin I'm very comfortable with myself, and that is very important. You should not feel like you are lacking something because you're not able to do certain things. So for example, if you want to lose weight and you're not able to lose weight, you should not feel that you are lacking in some key aspect or integrity. It just could be that you haven't given it enough time, and because you are surrounded by a certain few people who do things a certain few way, it becomes even more difficult for you to break away from the from the sheep mentality. So that's very important. Just because people around you are not working out, it doesn't mean you can't work out. Just because people around you don't read, it doesn't mean. Just because your parents haven't given life a real go and you have some resentment in your system about your parents, you shouldn't stop from trying to be different. And that's a very key important point. I think we often have certain misgivings with our parents because that is the easy way out. We have misgivings with our spouse. Many people have misgivings with their spouse, and I think that's a bit of a cop-out, man. Especially if us men, if we really want to be what we aspire to be, blaming our friends, blaming our spouse, blaming our family, and then basing that as the reason for your failure, that's always a cop-out. I feel if you really do what you want, nobody should be able to stop you in your prowess, in your proactive approach in life, and that's very key. So my suggestion to you is to have a good New Year goal, think about it, write it on a piece of paper, and say it out loud that this year I will do this. This year I will do that. Say it right now. And if you've been watching this video for a while, you probably already have something which you've been meaning to do and you've been pushing it off forever. I think this is the year to probably do it. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's a very scary thing for me to set a New Year goal which is not attainable. I repeat, for myself, I'm struggling right now because I'm not able to set a New Year goal, because I will really go down on myself. Because I did not read 100 books this year, I somewhere feel I'm a weak-willed person, and there's nothing worse than that. I have a lot of reasons for not reading. My drinking is a major reason. For example, in January itself, I read 11-12 books because I was not drinking. So maybe I need to not drink this year, the whole year. I think if I can be sober for the full year, man, I don't know what will happen. But I'm so scared of being sober, man. I mean, that's my life story. Like, it has become my life story. It's quite irritating for me. When I'm drinking, I can't think of a different life. When I'm sober, I can't think of a different life. I think I'm a very conducive person who really is able to adapt to whatever scenario is in front of him. Let me see if I can capture the plane. Some really beautiful houses here in South Extension. I'm using my secondary phone, so the camera is not that great. I hope you guys can hear me. I think this is the best house around here. Really beautiful house, and I think it's a lawyer's, and they've made it really well. It looks 2 or 3 times as big as the other houses, and I really admire that. And a lot of construction is going on around me, which is okay, I guess. I love going for a walk because it's a major disconnect from screen time all the time. And since I was walking, I thought, why not try to speak to people and, get somewhere in that process. This is another beautiful house. Look at how tall it is. It's lovely. They've made some really nice arrangements. And you know what? I think there is a major need in our city for quiet. There's nothing like a peaceful quiet. For those of you who have lived in UK, especially London, Oxford, those areas, you know, the streets there are so quiet that the words of authors hit home. The music hits home in a certain way. I mean, when you live in a quiet, civilized city in the world, I don't think there are many other things which can compare to it. And there is a major need for quiet in my life. And I've started doing this. Even yesterday I went for a 30-minute walk. Even today I've been walking for about 15-20 minutes, and I feel really good. I'm recovering from something. I had a bit of a surgery and I'm recovering from that, and it's been quite a difficult past 2 days. So I feel if I walk, since I can't work out, I mean, I can work out, I choose not to. Let me not lie to you guys. Of course I can work out. I can work out as long as I can walk on my 2 feet. I can work out maybe with 50% intensity, but even that is very good. However, I just haven't been in the frame of mind to call my trainer, to even get out of the house. But what I do is now I keep getting out of the house and going for a walk as a goal from what I'm supposed to do, you know. And that's also cool, man. You know? Yeah. Two-wheelers and cars honk a lot. If you've never been to South Extension, Part 2, this is Qureshi Kebab Corner. Been here a bunch of times, you know, in my youth. And it's really good food. I would give this place 5 stars. They're so good that they don't even give a crap about the customer, whether they're happy or not, you know. They just do that thing, and that is that. Never tried this place. I used to be 5-6 years of age and I used to come to this place called Beauty Palace. It's owned by the Gupta brothers. Another Gupta brothers place, you know. And this is the main market of South Extension. I was saying I feel really blessed at times, and I feel the universe is so nice. And there's something, you know, which I've started doing recently. I've started respecting being alive. Like, being alive is such a joy. Being alive and alert and young and feeling young and being healthy, it's such a given, you know. I mean, we had 2 years of a deadly disease which went away or has gone away for now, and it really makes me appreciate normality, you know, things which people often, I don't know what people do, but people generally are just a bit fucking ungrateful, you know. Okay, I didn't need to swear that time. I don't know why I did. When I'm recording myself, I'm very self-conscious because I don't really want people to think I'm recording them. Like, because there's so many lurkers in my city who actually do that kind of shit. So I don't want to be that guy. I think we're probably just gonna make our way now, you know, towards wherever we're supposed to go. And yeah, everyone's on their phone, man, including myself. Everybody is on their phone, either clicking a photograph or either just going through their menu options and deleting, you know, some photographs or screenshots sent to them by their boss. I'm sure we all do that. There's a Starbucks here, but again, coffee is not something which I'm having a lot of these days. It is important to love yourself, but it is also important to be worthy. You have to be worthy of being loved. It cannot be a given like that. You have to do things to that accord. Of course, self-love is the only way to live. If you don't really love yourself, then I think you will not do things to improve your life situation. And if you don't do things to improve your life situation, then you shall remain just a common peasant. And if that's your way of being, then this Bata has been here for ages, man. And yeah, and there's Bonton where you can find nice glasses. This is a very, very dicey store. I'm not even going to talk much about it because क्यों किसी का business खराब करूँ. यहाँ पे electric car charging के लिए there are many stations. South Extension is very friendly from that aspect. In case you're wondering what this phone is, I'm recording this on an iPhone 10, which is 4 years or 5 years old, 4.5 years old. You know, many drunk people here doing weird drunk things. You know, boys being boys.